Performer Squad, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about a part 2 from our last video. If you guys have checked out my last video where we talked about the 3 principles to have a successful 2023, we talked about discipline, consistency, and sacrifice. Now with those 3 principles, we're going to see an outlook on how to create a perfect beginner level fitness plan in 2023. Let's get started. First up, I want to say if you're new to the channel, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. For all of my viewers who are continuously watching, I thank you and appreciate you. So again, if you guys checked out that last video, we had an outlook on how to go about your 2023 when it comes to attacking your fitness goals, your financial goals, and also your educational goals as well. So today we're going to be looking at a 2023 beginner level fitness plan. And how to create your fitness plan can be sort of a task sometimes, especially if you're new to the game, if you're new to fitness, if you're not necessarily sure how to attack your goals the most efficient way possible. You know, I see a lot of people in the gym where, you know, they start off the year strong, they have their New Year's resolutions, and they get to the gym, they have these goals, you know, I want to drop down 50 pounds, okay? They're in the gym for maybe the first week or so. After that, they slowly start to peel off. And the reasoning why is actually pretty interesting. And I'm going to share that with you guys today. And hopefully it can help you as far as creating your beginner level fitness plan. So let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to discuss is outcome. What is the outcome of your fitness plan? And the reasoning you want to have this implemented into your fitness plan is because it'll help you see clear as day what the end result is. What am I working towards? Am I trying to get stronger? Am I trying to shed fat? Do I want to have more endurance? Whatever the end result, the goal is, you need to make sure that is part of your beginner level fitness plan. It'll help keep you guys focused. It'll help you on those days where you may be too tired to go into the gym, or you may be too tired to cook this type of food that you need to eat. That's either going to help you lose the fat or gain the muscle. It'll help you stay on task. And I can't tell you how many times this has helped me when I was creating fitness plans for other clients and for myself. When I have certain goals in mind, or I have a vision of what I want to see, I'll make sure my end result, my outcome, is as clear as day. And going back to what I said earlier in the video about why is it that when people at the jump of the year have this fitness plan they want to do, they have their fitness goals, they want to do all these things, they come into the gym, they start working out for maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, and they slowly peel off. And not having an outcome plays a huge part in that. So that's why when you guys have your fitness plans, or whatever type of plan you have, whether that's a financial plan, whether that's your education plan, you want to make sure that the outcome is clear. It will help you along the way. If you ever get lost, if you ever have any doubts, the outcome will be clear and you'll get back on track. And this is just a part 2 from the last point, but your reasoning behind the outcome, right? So for me, when I started my fitness journey, I was extremely skinny. I didn't really have a lot of muscle, and it plays with your confidence. And when you guys have to understand, working out, it releases endorphins. It makes you feel better. And I just knew at that point when I didn't really have a lot of muscle, especially playing sports, it would play with my confidence a little bit. So what I did was I made my outcome, and then I had the reasoning behind the outcome, right? So you want to make sure when I write down my fitness plan, I say to myself, okay, if I get to this weight, it's going to make me feel 10 times better. I'm going to feel less tired. I'm going to have more energy. I'm going to be able to run around with my kids, have the energy for that. I'm going to be able to, go outside and do functional movements more. And you guys have to make sure you have your reasonings behind your outcome. Don't just have the outcome. How is it going to make you feel when you achieve these things? And again, it'll help you stay on track when it comes to you being lost, maybe going in another direction. It just keeps you on track. So make sure as you have your outcome written down, you want to make sure that you have a reasoning behind your outcome. And the last point would be possible objections. Now, this is very important, and I don't think this gets talked about enough when it just comes to creating any type of plan. And what I mean by possible objections is you have to know what are your triggers to fall off track, right? So if your goal is to drop a certain amount of weight and you know that you can't trust yourself around certain foods or certain restaurants, then you need to write down, okay, food places or foods to avoid. And you need to write that down as far as your possible objection, because truth be told, guys, we sort of let ourselves get off track. But if we write these things down beforehand, we'll know to avoid it before stepping into the trap. And you guys have to remember, you must be honest with yourselves. I know this can be a very difficult thing to do, especially when it comes to holding ourselves accountable for the things that we deem okay, but they're really not. And what I've learned is if you repeat a bad behavior over and over and over again, you see it as normal and it's hard to get out of. And I want you guys to think about that when you're writing down your objections, writing down what could possibly get in the way of this fitness goal. Is it maybe I'm going out and drinking too much and I don't have the energy to work out the next day? Maybe cut back on the drinking, right? Or maybe it's, I don't really have enough time, but do you make time? 30 minutes out of your day, you can get a workout in quick. It doesn't have to be an hour long. You guys just need to make sure you write down the possible objections. If you want to call it excuses, call it excuses. Make it more direct, because this will help you. Everything correlates, right? You guys have to understand everything, every one of these things on this list correlates. Because you have your outcome, you know what you need to do. Because you have a reasoning behind the outcome, it'll keep you on path. And also, lastly, because you have your possible objections written down, you know what your triggers are. You know what's going to distract you. You know what's going to take you off path. It'll be that much easier to stay on path. So just remember that, guys. All of these things here are a trio, just like the last trio we talked about, the discipline, consistency, and sacrifice. This is the trio here when it comes to any type of plan, right? Let's say you have a financial plan you want to achieve. Have these three principles in mind. What's your outcome of the financial plan? What is the reasoning behind this outcome behind this financial plan? And lastly, what are going to be the possible objections as far as like me getting to that financial plan? Maybe cut back on your spending. You know what I mean? So you guys have to really write this stuff down and really be honest with yourself in order to have a successful 2023 beginner level fitness plan. So I know that was a mouthful, but I wanted to make sure I get that information out to you guys as soon as possible. It is January still. We are halfway through this year, and I want you guys to implement these three principles in your fitness plans, your educational plans, your financial plans, your spiritual plans, whatever plans you have. Just implement these three things and you will have a successful 2023. I wish all of you the best. I want to see everybody leveling up. I want to see all of us getting our fitness on, getting our finances in order. I want to see us all win in 2023. So you guys, stay tuned for the next video. Go check out my last video. And this is Riley Performance. I'm out.